You know that feeling, right? That sudden flash of anger when someone just does something that feels completely unfair. We've all been there. But what if I told you that anger isn't what we think it is? Today, we're going to dig into one single, powerful idea that could totally flip the script on anger and shift the power from them right back to you. Okay, so here it is. This is the core idea for our entire conversation today, a thought that comes from Buddhist philosophy. Anger is the punishment you give yourself for someone else's behavior. Just let that sink in for a second. It completely reframes anger. It's not something that just happens to us. It's a reaction we actually choose for ourselves.
And that shift in perspective, it's a huge deal. Because really, what this is all about is protecting our own mental space. It is so easy to let things we can't control, especially the actions of other people, completely derail our inner peace. This whole idea is about taking that control back.
So how does this actually work in the moment? Let's try a metaphor. I want you to picture your personal energy as this finite resource, something you hold inside a container. Now, what happens when that container suddenly springs a leak?
Well, it all starts with a simple action from someone else. But that thing on the outside creates a reaction on the inside, and that's what we're going to call an energetic leak. And bam, you immediately feel this sense of loss, like a little bit of your vital energy has just been drained away.
And that's the exact moment anger rushes in. See, it's more than just an emotion. It's like your system's emergency alarm goes off. It's this convulsive, knee-jerk reaction to try and plug that leak and forcefully take back the energy you feel you've just lost.
But this brings us to a really fascinating paradox. Our gut instinct is to get angry, right? To fight back and fix the problem, get our energy back. But here's the million-dollar question. Does it actually work? And here's the trap that we all fall into, time and time again. The illusion is that getting angry gives us a sense of power, that it puts us back in control. But the reality? It's the absolute opposite. Anger is the real energy leak. It burns through our reserves faster than almost anything else.
I mean, it is literally like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The very tool you're using, thinking it's going to solve the problem, is actually making that fire exponentially bigger, just torching whatever energy you had left at an incredible speed.
So, if reacting with anger is like throwing gasoline on the fire, what's the alternative? What's the water in this scenario? Well, the true path to peace isn't about fighting back. It's actually about turning inward.
This leaves us standing at a fork in the road. Path 1 is the external battle. You confront the other person. You demand they fix what they broke. But the problem is, that leaves your inner peace completely in their hands. The other path, the truly powerful one, is internal, sealing that leak from within, using something called self-validation.
So what on earth is self-validation? Well, it's this deep core realization that you don't actually need anything from the outside world to be whole. You don't need an apology. You don't need them to change their behavior. It's the power to just remain centered and strong right inside your own mind, no matter what's happening out there.
In practice, think of it like putting up an invisible shield. You consciously decide, nope, I'm not going to internalize what just happened. You refuse to carry the weight of someone else's mistake or bad mood. And by doing that, your sense of self stays strong and intact, and you are the one back in control of your own mental space.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to this one simple truth. Your real power is in your choice. You always get to decide how to respond. You are the one at the wheel of your own mind.
Which, of course, brings us full circle, right back to where we started. Anger is the punishment you give yourself for someone else's behavior. When you really grasp this, it stops being just a clever phrase. It becomes a practical tool in your pocket, a reminder that you hold the keys to your own inner peace.
So the question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you can see this pattern, the action, the leak, the reaction, how will you start to recognize and seal your own energetic leaks before that anger gets a chance to grab the wheel?